Hope everyone's doing all right, surviving this volatility, following their rules, having multiple plans, execute when they're supposed to execute. Otherwise, it could be very tricky and costly tape, and that's not what we're here for. Take a look at disclosure. Let's get to it. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead. Hopefully everyone's doing all right. Some people are thriving. If you're an active bear, you better be thriving. You better be shorting bounces. You better be praying through levels. You better be looking for signals. If you tend to be long or like to be long, you better be out of the way, testing levels, keep money if you make money, and if you're having small paper cuts, think about small wins. It could be a lot worse. You could have gushers. You could be out of business. So some people like Red Dog, you talk about it always after the fact. I'm like, what do I talk about after the fact? My sell rules that I've had made on a little infograph for 10 plus years. You can Google my sell rules, they're there. So if you print out the sell rules, or if you know your sell rules, you could easily save yourself some money and maybe even profit from it. Anyway, I'm not going to go through this 10,000 times, but we're going to do this one more time. It seems like Nvidia always gives you clues with sell rules. It happened a bunch of different times. I remember when it happened here, and then it led to a down move. I remember when it happened here, look at that, and now all of a sudden today, what happened? Nvidia had numbers. I bought Nvidia pre-market. I bought it, 131. I was selling some 134 and a half, 135 because I was up money. I'm like, I made some money pre-market in Nvidia. Doesn't that feel good? I have some puts on. I might be wrong. So then I was like, okay, what's Nvidia going to do after the open? What are my sell rules? Okay, how is this going to impact the tape or tech or the trend? So my sell rules are right here. Sell rule number 1 through 4. Okay, if you go to, real quickly, I'm going to open up another page. If you go to sell rules, right? These are the sell rules. These are printed. These aren't, these are your sell rules. Look at them. 4 different sell rules. Sell strength. Sell when it doesn't hold above a prior high. Sell when it goes red. When the trade really changes, when it takes out a prior low. Why is that? Because that shows power. So this could relate to the SPYs, the Qs. It could relate to a name. It could relate to anything. So for today, it related to Nvidia, which was also very important for the risk tolerance of the tape. So those are your sell rules. So now you take your sell rules and you bring it to a stock. Right? Don't we trade stocks? Okay, so you go here. Nvidia was at 135 pre-market. Then what happened? It failed to hold 133.73. So was it going to go to 138.50, which it could have if it held 133.73? No, didn't do it. Didn't do it. So you get out if you thought that was going to be the trade. I was hoping it would be the trade, but it wasn't. So I trimmed a little bit into strength, made some money. I was feeling good. And then once that didn't hold, I got out of a little bit. And then once it started to go red, okay, after failing to hold, I'm like, I'm out. So I think if you look here at the chart of Nvidia or Nvidia, I was done with Nvidia at what time? 9:31. That was pretty damn fast. Anyway, so then all of a sudden I remember midday it was hovering, and then once it broke 128.49, that's when tech started to really unravel because Nvidia, which is really one of the best companies in the world that has its hands in everything, couldn't go up after being in a range for 9 months. Time to go down, and that's when you should have been taking stuff off. Plus, you had a lot of volatility. So now what? Closed on the dead lows. It's below all the moving averages. This is not an act of long. What happens if it opens up tomorrow? Okay, maybe, it could be a sell at 124. You could start doing your retracements, rules, whatever it is. But this move showed power. This move could have kept you out of the way, and now you have to see what happens here. If the active bears want to stay in control, they don't let 124 get taken. If it opens below 120, they don't let that get reclaimed. Those are the thoughts. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Anything can happen tomorrow. It all depends on the open. Again, you frame it. That's what I do with Redler mindset. Yes, Red Dog mindset. I frame it in the morning. If I woke up in the morning and the video was at 123, I would say, hey, maybe some people are going to short it versus 124. Gets above 124, maybe this whole day was a little over emotional. If it gets to 123 and gets rejected and sells down, then you could add to it at 120.01. If it opens lower, near 113, maybe you could buy it versus 113 because that's the point of reference. Maybe it comes up to here where there's resistance. These are all what we call multiple plans, right? Multiple plans. SPYs, similar. Today the SPYs opened up at I think like 598. If you were thinking the market's broken, if you were thinking the market's cooked, you could have been short at 598.02, or at least not bought it, and then had your out at yesterday's high. So what did it do? Did it get above yesterday's high? No. You had a $1.50 stop. And then what happened? Did it hold 590.52? No. Downside power. Did it hold 589.50? No. Hey, it filled the gap to 585. How did you handle it? Did you connect the dots of, okay, tariffs might have been the reason because people thought maybe he would put it off for a month so the market would be choppy, but he said not only is he putting them on in April, he's adding another 10% to China, so things started to unravel. There you go. Filled the gap. This now is what? 584.65. We'll see what's happening. Listen, my rules are there to keep you safe. My rules are there to keep you out of the way. My rules are there to keep you sane. You put some rules, you put some mindset, you put some experience, and you can actually make money even in down moves. Anyway, what's the next level here? This is what? This is 580.90. This is 580.50. So that's why I put like 580, 581 because it's a zone. Then from there, your next zone would probably be 575 to 578. So we're playing zone defense now, right? Defense wins championships. It keeps you in the game. Offense wins some games, but we're not on the offense now unless you're a really good short, which I am not. I just try and make some money short, and I actually had some decent amount of puts on, and I made pretty good money there, and I had a very limited positions on. And then if you go down even further, you know, a little bit more macro, this was the prior high where we broke out from. I would love, but that means we're piercing the 200-day. See this area. I don't know if we see it. We might. It's good to know where it is. This is 565, 566-ish. But anyway, maybe we get to here. By that point, maybe the 200 moves up. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Someone asked me if I'm putting my Blood on the Street account to work, which is my account that's, you know, my wife has. It's been in all cash since 2012 that I put it to work every time we go off 5%. I tier in. I've gone up to 3 tiers during the pandemic. I put it into work 17 times. Very disciplined, very strategic, and it's 17 for 17. It's still in all cash. This is not blood in the street yet, even though there are some stocks that are showing blood in the street. Her account is only for indices. It's only for mutual funds that correlate to the S&P 500. We're not there yet. Into this zone, hey, maybe we're there. The oscillator hit minus 49. That's oversold, means hard to be short. But we're not at levels that'll be forgiving that you can get out if you get caught long. I've seen oscillators go minus 70, minus 90, even minus 110. So anyway, but I also have I'm not lying, I have a 401k that goes every month. I don't care. Okay, that's going to get a cost average over the next how many years, and my wife has a 403b, and my son's a sophomore with a 529. Those are the Redler accounts. My active accounts for T3, active trading, is in mostly cash. Active swing has some options, but mostly cash. And I'm trying to be tactical because we are what? Below the 8 and 21 moving average. If you got strategic right here out of your portfolio approach when we broke the 8-day, did you save yourself some pain? I think so. You could Google Scott Redler moving averages. I talk about portfolio approach and tactical approach. I try and do it for everybody. Everybody's got to learn on their own. But anyway, here's that. Okay, 584. Going through some stocks, some things tried. Amazon, you know, also, look, what are your sell rules? Got above 218, failed to hold it. So what do you do with Amazon? You sell some strength. I was long Amazon. I was done with it. You know, when it, actually I sold it up $4, and then I tried it when it went red, down $1, and I lost, and whatever, there. So this too is a pretty damn bearish engulfing bar. You could have used your exact same sell rules here, which I'm not going to go over again. Sell some strength, didn't hold a prior high, went below a prior low, and now we'll see if it retests 204. Right? Sell rules. Sell rules can be for any stock, any indice, anywhere. They protect you, and they could make you a lot of money too if you use your sell rules to get short. Right? That was Amazon. You could probably do it for everything. Meta was up 10 and went down 15. You could have made some money short there on day 3 too. Look at Meta. Got above 683 and didn't hold it. Resistance was 693. Where'd it get up to? Got up to 688. Now it closed on the dead lows. That's not a long, my friends. That's a lower high. High, lower high, broke below, a little bit of a bounce back into, you can lower this now into resistance, and it did a red dog reversal right here. I actually made a little bit of money long this one because I traded it once only. You go back to these things and it could hurt sometimes. Anyway, not looking so great. Downtrend, not uptrend. Below the 8-day. Rejected into the moving averages. Those are bearish things, not bullish things. Learn, my dogs, learn. Anyway, that's Meta. I didn't even look at Google today. What did that do? Probably the lowest level it's been for months. Where's Google? Oh my goodness. Another lower low. Thank goodness. Look at this big hole in the chart. That tells you be out of the way if you're active. Look at this bear flag. I was long it here, got stopped out, was upset about it, but how upset am I looking at it now? You make the right decision at the right time. That's all you could do. Microsoft did the same thing. Made good money long it, then got out of the friggin' way, right? Looked a little bit like it was going to break above this descending channel. Bought some, sold some, got stopped out at 412, and guess what? Great stop out. Moving lower, not special. Microsoft's been not special for quite some time now. Oh, what did it do? Went back above this 404, went back below. And now this looks like it's a short, not a long, but anyway. All these things. You look back, it's so easy, but when you look back, it's a great way to learn too. Apple's been a pain in the butt. Apple gave you a red dog reversal sell signal right here, then broke below the 8-day right there to stop out. And now what? I don't know. Broke below 239. Looks like it's heading back here. We had a nice play here. Sold most, got stopped out of it, and now we'll see. Hard to tell. When things are hard to tell, what do? You get out, you ask questions later. Let market discovery happen. That's what I try and do. And listen, I'm far from perfect. I just am consistent. And when things are tough, I can consistently lose a little bit, or make a little bit, but I stay out of trouble. So when things get more conducive to my style, powder's dry, head's thinking clearly, and I can go. That's why I created Red Dog Mindset. Again, the subscribe button above, I think it's $10, and you can work out with me in the morning. You could be on my whiteboards on the weekend, and you could get your mindset, because I think there's a lot of mental midgets out there. Most people don't last in this business because they think they know the X's and O's, but they don't know how to execute, and they don't know how to keep their mind right. They don't know how to blow off a bad day. Today might have been a bad day for you. Learn from it. Move on. Get better. Anyway, here's 233 to 234. We'll see what happens there. Lordy, 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 lordy. What's next? Reddit. Did it break that level? Not quite. First time it bounces. Now looks like this level is going to get invalidated. Dash, they sold strength. Sell signal also. It still acts better than other names, but you got to take trades. For a 3-day move up, you take some. Now we'll see what happens here. Palantir also. Got above 91.65, made a move, couldn't hold it, he get out. Right? What was it? 91.69. Palantir broke da-da-da-da. Now see if it could get above and stay above. Did it get above and stay above? No, it got above and failed. Now it looks like a bear flag heading towards 78-ish or below. Tried to hold this levels, moving lower. Bearish trend, lower highs. I made some good money on my way to Charles Payne by buying the 85, 86 and selling it at 91. That was a nice trade. You could have made money shorting it today. What side of the market do you want to be on? Anyway. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, Lord. I keep saying Lord. That's not a good thing. Some people get mad at me. I don't say the Lord's name in vain. Lord is just like, oh, darn it. Or, oh, sugar honey iced tea. Anyway. I want to save the spies. I think I saved it before anyway. Did I save it before? Let's see. Also posted the cues. What's Nvidia doing after hours? People are saying market's bouncing. Let's see. Spies are up $1 after hours after being down 8 and change. Not really bouncing, a little bit. Right back to where it broke down right here. Anyway, I'd rather see it be quick and nimble for tomorrow. Crypto gave you more than enough signals to get out of the way when 94,000 broke. Now where is it? Let's see, where is crypto? Somebody be like, look at the relative strength in Bitcoin. Wouldn't quite call it relative strength. It just came down too far, and now you'll see if it stays below here, and then all of a sudden gives you a bigger move lower. To be honest, I'd love to see a move down towards this area where it broke out from, retest that zone, get me back involved personally in Bitcoin. This would be the, a retest of the area. So right down this area, like 72 to 77 will be a zone that most likely will be buyable. Depends on how it gets there. I would say if it gets there, but I would think it gets there. 73,000 is like a big area that people are talking about retracements, which I get. But what could you have seen prior if you were in it and you would trade actively for a living? Hey, look at this red dog reversal right here. Looked like it was going to go and failed. Then it broke all the moving averages at 95. You could have saved yourself 13,000 Bitcoin points or dollars, whatever the hell you want to call them. Huh. I remember that day it happened too. I was here. I was doing a webinar Monday night when Bitcoin broke with Brando. Some of his guys signed up for Red Dog Mindset. That was pretty cool. Anyway, ooh, my phone's hot. Let's see, what does Sea-Dog want for me to barbecue tonight? Maybe see if they have a chicken or a turkey burger or a tasty marinated chicken. Also, I'd love corn if they have corn for corn on the cob. Okay, I like that. Chase won the game last night. They were what's it called? What were they? They were a 12th seed and we beat the 5th seed. So now they play Saturday at 7 o'clock against Chatham. If you're in New Jersey, you want to come, 7 o'clock, Chatham High School. I'll be there. Chase will be playing. Email me, scott@t3live.com if you're going to come. What else? APP. Lost a lot of money there yesterday. Trying it. And then I was like, you know what? Let's see if we can get a gap fill. Let's see if we can get above and stay above 343. It couldn't. I sold some options that I had on for $11. Thank God. I always take a little bit. And then once it started to come in, I'm like, there's no way this is going to be above 355 tomorrow unless there's a miracle. So I'm like, boom, I sold the rest of them for 4.5, which is better than a zero, right? And now what? I don't know. I'm not, this thing's friggin' crazy to trade. I'd be careful overall. It's come a long way. And even if they didn't do anything for Gazy, it's like it's fully broken. The juice is loose. There's a lot of people that are trapped there and scared. So just be careful there. Just, it's come a long way. Oh, there you go. Mary, did you email me yet? Mary. Don't lose money and feed small villages if you don't have to. I'd rather you donate it to charity than donate it to the market doing some things and breaking some rules. But anyway. All right. One mistake I made was buying Lunar. I figured, guys would tell me to buy it up here for a big event that was going to be coming up next week. So into this down move, I bought some. Okay, and then I averaged down, and it's definitely, I would not be in the stock, and technically it doesn't look good at all. But so that cost me money today. So it goes to show, concept trades are concept trades, and by the time it lands on the moon, it might rally 30%, but it might, there's no need to anticipate it. Wow, good for you, Mary. Anyhow, this is bad. Neo was helpful today. Neo gave you a nice move. I was buying a lot of options in here. I trimmed all the way up half my options. I also bought a lot of stock. I trimmed some. I'm still in some, and we'll see. Hopefully, this traction here, the market was under pressure, and it definitely showed some relative strength. So we'll see what's next there. Good job, Mary. And that's it. It's 4:40, guys. Have some good food tonight. Maybe have a glass of wine, do something to relax. We'll be here at it tomorrow. And if you follow your rules, maybe you'll be here next week, next month, next year, and in 10 years. But you got to follow your rules. Got to have a process you like. You have to be able to feel good on a bad day. Brush it off. There's 240 plus trading days. This was only one. If you miss the signals, say it's my fault. Why did I miss the signals? Why did I not sell? Why did I not honor my stops? So next time, guess what? You will. All right, my dogs. No 6:30 club tomorrow. No 5:20 at 5:20. I'll probably do some kind of video after the PCE around 9 o'clock once the dust settles. And obviously, I'll make my 30-40 charts beforehand, depending on how we open. Have a good night, guys.